Dennis Ruley is at the plate. We apologize for a momentary technical difficulty trying to get the internet squared away and get this game back on for you. Hopefully it's been pretty flawless for those of you watching tonight around the country. We're glad to have you with us. Another exciting year at the Men's Major World Series.
The crown jewel of USSSA slow pitch softball, the Men's Major World Series.
Hit into center field, a base hit, and Ruley rounds first, and he flies into second.
And Bryson Baker, who led off the inning with a walk, moves over to third. So Resmondo has runners at second and third and nobody out.
That'll bring up Andy Purcell. And Andy Purcell looks at a called strike and hits this one towards the gap in right field, past a diving Billy Moore. That's going to score 2 runs as Andy Purcell is going to hold at third, and he's come through once again in the clutch.
Billy Moore with a diving try out there. Ball gets under him. By him, rolls all the way to the 400-foot sign out left center. And that's why both Baker and Ruley are able to score, and Purcell leisurely strolls into third. That score now 10 for Resmondo and 4 for AJS. B.J. Falk, the right fielder, has made 2 nice running grabs in right field tonight. And he takes a walk. And Billy Barrett is not happy with walks. As I've said before, 9 out of 10 walks seem to score. It's just as good as a base hit. Resmondo has nobody out, runners on the corners. And Bobby Hughes, the center fielder, steps to the plate. He drills a line shot out to center field.
And it's caught by Billy Moore, Andy Purcell's tag and score. And it's 11-4.
Moore getting quite a workout in center field.
And that's the first out.
As Brian Rainwater moves to the plate. Oh, off the fist, a pop-up. Joe Ramus camps underneath it, makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
That'll bring up Todd Martin, with Vince Bisbee right behind him.
Todd Martin, 4th in base hits all time, 224.
First baseman, number 15, Todd Martin.
It's 11-4 here in the 5th. Don't forget to stay with us. Long haul is next.
Oh,
speaking of a long haul,
Todd Martin way out over the left field wall, up on the hill. And Todd Martin, the gentleman that plays first base for Resmondo, has hit a 2-run home run, knocking in B.J. Falk.
Now with 95 World Series RBIs.
That's 13 total in for Resmondo. 5 so far in the top of the 5th. Bisbee.
I think we're going to make it, I thought it might be 14, but it's going to be in the corner, and Chris Wilson can't come up with what would have been a diving grab.
And Reyna, the shortstop, may have stepped on Wilson. Not happy, slams his glove against the wall. And I'm not sure if he's mad because he missed it or he and Reyna collided. They make their way back to their positions and everybody seems to be okay. With 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, Resmondo has extended their lead to 9. Billy checking to see what the count is, and Jason Oberlag gives him the information he's looking for.
It's an important thing to know, right?
Sure, you want to know what you have on him. Just inside. Bisbee rips a line drive.
And look what I got.
Wilson.
There at left field. Out number 3. Chris Wilson found it in his glove. Resmondo tacks on 5. It's 13-4.
Resmondo has everything to say in the ball game. They get 5 runs. They get those 5 runs on just 3 hits. The big blows will be Purcell's 2-run triple and Todd Martin's 2-run home run. So now we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. AJS staring at a 9-run deficit. Due up, they will have the top of their order: Wilson, Moore, and Mueller.
And here we go in the bottom of the 5th. AJS has their top 3 hitters in the lineup. Wilson, Moore, and Mueller slated to bat. They're down by 9 as Chris Wilson, the left fielder, steps in and he punches one, and it's foul and out of play. Next up, Long Haul, the number 3 seed, will play Suncoast Reebok right here at Champion Stadium. That's our last game of the night. Tomorrow, we are back at 9 a.m. and I believe we do every game tomorrow.
Think our crew's going to remember to set their alarm clocks?
I've got confidence. Dave DiDonatus, our technical advisor, and uh-oh. Doesn't like the call. He's gotten called out on strikes. Chris Wilson has a few words for Jason Oberlag.
So Wilson retired on strikes. Flat in the box.
How many people do you know that like the call when they're called out on strikes?
I don't know of anyone.
And you know, we have some pretty fine fellas with us in the booth, but I think even they get upset when they're called out on strikes.
A rip.
Nice play there by Todd Martin. That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
I'll tell you what, right at Todd. A bullet.
And Rich Mueller at the plate with 2 away here in the 5th inning.
The key to not getting called out on strikes is to swing at anything questionable, and that won't happen.
Popped up. B.J. Falk scrambling. Plenty of room for him. Side is retired. A quick inning for AJS. They trail 13-4. Resmondo has a chance to put the nail on the coffin in the 6th if they can score a couple of runs.
DiDonatis to lead us off here in the top of the 6th.
$13-4.
I believe we have 8 games tomorrow. Is that correct, Bernie?
Is that enough for you? We might be able to schedule get a satellite truck and go out to some of those other fields if you want to do some more games.
Oh, I'm thinking that should be plenty.
Or we could see about rescheduling.
At least we start
at 7 a.m. as opposed to 9. Then we can have one more. Out number 1, DiDonatis is retired. He's usually a tough out.
Yeah, he's usually on a minimum of 3 to 4 times a game. I think he's 2 for 4 so far tonight. We start at 9 a.m. tomorrow, Friday. The losers bracket begins at 8. And I think we're a part of the winners bracket. And then when we get down to 4 teams in the losers bracket, a lot of games to televise.
Greg Connell down the line, and the ballpark holds it. Chris Wilson has enough room. And that's out number 2. Remember, Resmondo was blanked in the 4th, and they scored only a run in the 2nd.
This AJS team's not going away. They're just not able to put enough to catch them. Cannell out now, the number 2 hitter, 0 for 4 on the night.
And Jeff Wallace at the plate.
He's 2 for 3, Bernie. 2 doubles and a fly out to deep center. Two balls, no strikes.
Jeff Wallace gives it a ride, but it's a lot higher than it is further. And it's actually going to be taken by the shortstop, Luis Reyna. 1-2-3. Resmondo is retired in order in the 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th we go. 13-4 our score here at Disney.
And for the first time in the game, Resmondo goes down in order. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. AJS trailing 13-4. 2 up. It'll be Santiago, Driscoll, and Maricola.
Oh.
That'll help the AJS cause. Bottom of the 6th, then a home run to lead things off.
Jose Santiago gets it out of here. That's the 5th run for AJS.
AJS, of course, is down to their final 6 outs of the contest.
And Driscoll. Oh, he got it.
What a play.
He got it. Oh.
Brian Rainwater brings it in.
That's what I said a couple of innings ago. Never be surprised. Brian Rainwater reaching far and jumping high over the left field wall. One heck of a catch for the first out in the inning. Driscoll hit it a long way, but Rainwater, wow, what a catch. TJ Marconi, the batter. 1 run in, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. And Marconi works him for a walk. Bernie, I think the AJS team was just hanging here and there. If they could just put a couple of them.
They have the hammer as well.
Exactly. They're sitting right where they need to be. Resmondo having only scored 13.
Could you imagine if they batted at the bottom of the 7th, trailing by less than 5?
Oh, it could be real exciting. That's
down
right
the line, into the corner.
Foul
and
ball.
A foul ball.
Jason Oberlag running all the way down to 3rd. Dwayne Pasovich, he has a gimpy leg. He gets a little bit out on the line, able to make the call. That was closer than it looks from up here. As you said, I sure wish we had that instant replay camera.
On the ground, could be 2, but the turn was not fast enough for Ray Connell.
No way Connell's going to throw Moore out. Moore's too fast, too speedy, but DiDonatis with a nice backhand stop flips it to Connell. Too late at first. That's 2 away. And AJS is now down to their final 4 outs.
Now 2 away, and that will bring up another pinch hitter.
There's a base hit in the left field. Brian Rainwater tracks it down, and there's 2 on with 2 out.
That'll bring up Dave Garcia.
So after the base hit to left field by Elrod, we've got 2 on.
So Dave Garcia at the plate with 2 away. AJS trying to get themselves into striking distance of Resmondo.
There's a gapper.
Into the gap. BJ Falk tracks it down. That'll score at least 1 run. And that's exactly what it scores. AJS is a run away from cutting the deficit in half. It's 13-6 right here.
Well, Garcia hit it into the gap out in right center field. And Barrett moves to 3rd. Garcia over to 2nd. Moore scores 13-6, 2 away. And Joel Ramos steps into the plate with a chance to draw within 5.
On the ground, that'll score a run, and it's 13-7.
Bryson Baker unable to stab that shot that was up the middle. He tried for the backhand and unable to make the play. So now it's 13-7. They're only trailed by 6. They have the hammer. And Luis Reyna.
What a trip it would be for Resmondo from the losers bracket.
They don't even want to think about that.
On the ground, this should end the inning. The toss to second, side retired. And Resmondo needs to go to work here. They are up 13-7. One more inning of play in regulation from Disney. We'll be back right after this.
And we have a couple of re-entries. Billy Barrett re-enters the game. He will re-enter and return to the mound. And Luis Reyna re-enters the game. He will re-enter and return to shortstop. Adam Rockoff will remain in the game. Rockoff is now at second base, and the second baseman Joel Ramos is moved over to third.
Thirteen to 7. And that'll help. The advantage is doubled. It's 14-7.
Bryson.
What's a comfortable lead in this situation, do you think?
Well, in this case, probably with AJS, the B team, double digits, I would think would be pretty safe, but there's no guarantee.
The most AJS has scored in an inning is 3.
But Dennis really steps in.
Nobody out here in the 7th inning. The Long Haul Bombers is next.
They'll take on Suncoast Reebok. Long Haul will be the home team. The flip has already taken place.
Down the line, just foul. And a walk has been issued.
It's the pitcher, Andy Purcell. Nobody out, 1 run in, top of the 7th. Our next game scheduled approximately 10 o'clock. If we get a chance to start it early, we certainly will.
Yeah, even after that last game that went quick, it looks like we're going to be right on time.
Hopefully so. Hopefully we get out of here before the Clock strikes midnight.
23 minutes. The deadline right here on this one.
Andy chops it right up the middle. Rooley.
He's had a nice night at the plate.
Yes, he has.
BJ Folk will come to the plate. Go ahead.
Yeah, Purcell with a single, home run, triple, and a walk. Not a bad night. Rooley has scored 3 times so far tonight. Chance to score 4 times.
I have him with a single, and a double.
Odds are pretty good. He's over there at third with nobody out.
And runners on the corners. Down the line, bouncing ball is foul.
Uh-oh. That's a foul out for a strikeout.
Not the way you want to go down, that's for sure.
No, sir, not in the 7th.
It's 14-7. And a chance to make the lead double digits if they can tack on 3 more here. And that's exactly what's in mind. And there's your 3-run home run, and it's 17-7.
There's the double digits. Hughes right over the top of the 385 sign. Left center field 3-run shot. That's 4 runs in now for Resmondo, total of 17. And they're up now by double digits as Brian Rainwater, the left fielder who made an outstanding grab.
He'll be followed by Todd Martin if he can get aboard, but I think this is going to be Billy Moore retiring the side. Or excuse me, retiring out number 2, so we'll give Todd Martin a chance and Vince Bisbee behind him.
Dave Moore had snuck all the way in front of third base. Obviously, he must have been thinking Rainwater would slap it that way, but Brian's not known to do that. It was quite an unusual play.
We'll do our best to get these games up on the internet quickly. If Steve Saluch can get behind that bat testing machine and his computer, he could probably put them up right away.
I think he's enjoying his place behind the plate. Him and David Evall, our general counsel.
There's the base hit.
As Reyna dives to his left, ball scoots under him. And we've got a pinch runner. Brian Arnold goes in for Todd Martin over at first.
You like to see the bench being utilized?
They're pretty good about doing that, Resmondo. Todd Martin struggled after knee surgery. The arthroscopic surgery was not a success, I guess, the best way of putting it, last year. He struggled over the last year and this year. So when they get a chance to put somebody in, they certainly do that. And actually, Brian Arnold's, he had a knee messed up when a 300-and-something pound third baseman fell on his leg when we were, I believe, in St. Louis.
And a nice play in left field by Chris Wilson. That's the side retired. AJS needs 10 to tie and 11 to walk home victorious.
Resmondo picks up 4 runs. To get those 4 runs on the stroke of 4 hits. And Strand 1 Due up for AJS in the bottom of the seventh. It'll be the top of their order. Wilson, Moore, and Mueller. Brian King remains in the game. Looks like Brian's going to be at second base. Frank Cornell will move over first. Now stepping into the box to lead those off for AJS and the left fielder, Chris Wilson.
All right, here is the moment we've been waiting for. The bottom of the seventh inning. Resmondo trying to advance. And AJS now is down. No, wait a minute. Andy Purcell dropped the softball at first, and I thought that AJS was down to their final 2 outs, but instead, that'll go down as I would assume E1.
I don't know. That was Greg Cannell's moved over to play first. He made a nice stop, but I believe the error goes E3 as he threw it at Andy's feet.
Yeah.
And I know he's not happy, but tough play.
They need 10, and they're going to get back 2.
There's 2 right there.
17-9.
Billy Moore. 2-run shot over the right field wall.
AJS has the chance. Remember, this is the final at bat. They're the home team in this contest. The biggest inning they've had tonight was 3 runs that they scored in the bottom of the 6th inning. But the momentum is on their side, and this is really not a smart play. There's no reason to be going for an extra base in this situation. I realize in slow pitch that they're just not firing it in like I see in the women's professional fast pitch or even in Major League Baseball. But my goodness, do you really need the second base down by 8 runs?
No, you should play it safe. There's no need, as you say. But also, these guys are a fool you. They've got some excellent arms. We're playing 75-foot bases, while Major League plays 90. So they do tend to get around a little quicker. Jose Santiago led off the 6th inning with a home run. And Jeff Driscoll hit one out of the park, basically, but Rainwater brought it back in.
Santiago draws the walk. AJS not starting to feel it quite yet. Still down by 8. But they are getting a little momentum here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jeff Driscoll at the plate, and he hammers this one down the line. Rainwater with a diving snag. Slides and grabs that ball for out number 1.
That's the second time he's done that to Driscoll. In the 1st inning, he slid almost exactly the same. And Driscoll's been robbed 3 times by Rainwater.
And Resmondo is 2 outs away from surviving day one.
Time called. I believe they're going to run for Jose Santiago. I'm not sure who. We don't have a list of the subs for him, but first base coach is in to run.
Opposite way and into the stands.
He thought about making a play, and then they pulled him back.
The long haul Bombers will be on the field next.
Oh.
Down the line, that one is going to be out number 2. That's a rough out if you're AJS. Just could not happen. And all that momentum that they had is now down to only 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And that's where, at the end of the day, you really had a feeling Resmondo, like you said, if they could get a double-digit lead, it would be a monumental task for AJS to have that type of an inning at the plate.
Well, they've still got life. 1 away, 1 chance. Hey.
Rainwater looks up, Rainwater at the fence, and he's going to reel it in at the warning track, and it's a final score. Resmondo lives to see another day in the winner's bracket. 17-9, our final score. Resmondo victorious over AJS. One more game for you on our air. We'll have the Long Haul Bombers on the field when we come back. Disney's Wide World of Sports, the 2009 USSSA Men's Major World Series, presented by Busch Light.